Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE NITE, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then that is the best place to be, and you can join said Discord server by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that, you'll find all the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, mastery, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here, set ourselves up for our default settings, and let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today, as I will jump into said Discord server. Okay. I'm in. Let me just get Steam Remote Play up real quick. Or rather, Steam Friends. Same thing. Okay. How's everybody doing? Happy Mother's Day to those who are, celebrating with their families, what have you. Do we have anyone who would like to hop in here to get us started today? Roars, how's it going? Yeah, I know we ran into some issues last time, but maybe, fingers crossed, that was just a fluke. And this time around, we might fare a little bit better. So worth a shot, I'd say. Let's see. Let's see if this time we can make it work a little bit better. Because what was it? Last time we got you in, but your controls weren't working or something like that. I remember we got you in, but then basically once you're actually participating in the RITE, you couldn't really do anything. So I'm hoping that that will not be the case this time around. Invite should be sent. There we go. Alright, so hopefully we can get Roars in and have that work. Better off this time than it did last time. But that means we're still looking for one more person here. One more person to perhaps face off against Roars, and that was Roars' first time doing some multiplayer Pyre stuff, at least during a RITE NITE. So, you know, that didn't really count. So for all intents and purposes, this, I suppose, is really the real first time round, we could say. So is there anyone who would like to jump in here to face off against Roars? If not, I could jump in as the second person here for a little bit, and, you know, given how we ran into a little bit of technical difficulties last time we were trying to get Roars in, maybe we just test this out a little bit and see if this time around it works any better. Saris was hanging out in chat. I did see that. It's been a little while, Saris. How you doing? Could get you in if you're up for it. Could do that. If anyone would like to, just let me know. Otherwise, as I said, I mean, I could jump in for a little bit as a placeholder of sorts. Hold down the fort for the time being. Why don't I go that route then, as I'm not seeing anyone else who is volunteering themselves, at least. Volunteering others? Now maybe that's a different question and a different answer, but let me just plug in my controller real quick. Okay, let's see. Now, am I technically gonna be player one or... Oh, and Roars, are you, Remind me, Royce, are you on keyboard mouse or are you on controller? Because if you're on keyboard mouse, then I'm the only controller person here, I suppose. Like, we do that and oh, hold on. Your controller's what? Okay, hold on. Remote play potentially already doing some weird things. Like, my controller is the thing that it is not recognizing right now. Hold on a second. Rors's controller is registering, but why? There we go. Now, theoretically, my controller has popped up. There we go. Okay, I'm player 2. I'm player 2. There we go. Rors is player 1. Rors, do you have a preferred team you'd like to be today? Accusers? Alright, let me just set up our information here. Or, you know, there's someone else, then you can switch to a different team if you'd like. I may have jumped to conclusions there. Let's see. So, Rors, if you go accusers, I'll go with my usual Pyre hearts. Oh, and I will accidentally hit the reset button upon tabbing back in. Well done, Lids. Okay, yeah, let me just set this stuff up properly as well then. Okay, all right then. So let's, do you want to take a quick look at the controls, Royce? Oh, just to make sure, given how things were a little wonky last time, make sure this makes sense, and then, oh. If you move your controller, it should, move your cursor on your controller, it should show up, but... Oh, Saris, I believe, did request both. That is true. I believe I did see that get buried a little bit. Okay, so we can throw a boat in there. But let's just make sure, Rors, you have controls down. That look good? We did have a boat, so we can make that happen. But let's just make sure that technically things are working on your end. We don't run into any issues like we did last time.
Exiles, welcome to the Hulk of Ores. You now have this chance to prove yourselves. Prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. Accusers, stand ready. Firehearts, stand ready. Now
all right.
we shall get started.
So I don't believe we had any requests affecting your team composition here, so it should be up to you to take whatever you'd like here, setup-wise. And I know, I can't recall, last time was it the setup screen as well, or I certainly remember once we actually started the RITE, you had some issues, but that may be the primary question. But I suppose if we are running into issues here immediately, then that may bleed over. Hopefully it's looking fine on your end. Once it started, uh-oh.
Choose someone.
Okay, yeah, if it was only once it started, then okay. Maybe we just throw some teams together here and just want to verify one way or another if things are working on your end or not. Hopefully they are working, in which case we're good to go. But that's the key question. Yeah, so we could just immediately set ourselves up and test right off the bat, but yeah, why not? Give yourself whatever you'd like here. But you still have one more. Oh, okay. I can take 3 on this, no worries. What's up, Nor? How's it going? Won't be able to participate today, but be watching for a bit. Well, thanks for stopping by. Get Will the Scribes in for you. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, I am contractually obligated on the boat to begin with Orlek. I'll take 3 just because you had 3 there, so I'll match you, keep it fair. You have one more mastery if you want it. You can take 4. I mean, I'm happy to drop down to 3 if that's your preference, but you are allowed to take a 4th if you'd like. Let's go maybe Yeoman here, and if we're just taking 3, do that, I guess. And we'll go... what do I want? What do I want? I mean, usually I'd go here. But that would be with a triple worms team. Which is obviously not the case here. So yeah, you can take 4 if you want. You are allowed to take up to 4. There you go. Okay. So you have a speedy deluge there. I'll just round things out, keep it simple. Simple, straightforward. With the Webland Thorntizo. Okay, so most importantly here, this is kind of, sort of, Rors's first match during a RITE Night. The asterisk there being that last time we did try, and we ran into some technical difficulties once we actually started the match, so that is chief concern, is just, does it work for Rors? And I'm hoping that it will this time around, but we'll see. Let's see. Oh, that's promising. That looks good. That seems like it's working. Alright then. I think that might, in that case, make this at least the first quote-unquote real match during a RITE Night for Rors, so welcome to the RITE Club.
Yes.
Bada boom! Oh no! Bring him back, quickly.
Sir Deluge caught out.
Come on, Orlek. Come on, Orlek! Oh, wait, hold on. That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. I refuse. I refuse. It wasn't good enough. Okay, hold on. That's, not quite, but we'll settle for it, I suppose. Not quite what I was looking for. I mean, as I said, I'm contractually obligated to pick Orlek when we're on the boat. But I assure you, this is not really a normal Orlek match, because I'm exclusively going to try to do this. Well, that was interesting. Oof. Okay, not quite. Not quite the airtime I was looking for. Ooh, still good. You look suspiciously stagnant. Connection issues? Are the controller concern that we had before perhaps starting to arise once again? Hopefully not, as it looked like we had dodged that. Does it seem like that's the same issue, Rorse, this time around, now just starting up? That's strange, because it did seem like it was working moments ago. I'm not sure what would have suddenly changed just then that now makes it such that it no longer works. So that's odd. Is that the case, Rorse? Is it freezing up, / your controller isn't working anymore? It certainly seems like it. If you want, I can uninvite and re-invite you, and maybe that would help. But as I said, that does seem weird that it was seemingly working fine at the beginning of the match, and then mid-match just broke. Out of curiosity, does remote play say anything? It says connection is average, so that's theoretically not an issue. What else? Yeah, doesn't seem like there's any other obvious things. Controller disconnected. Huh. That's strange. It still registers here on or seems to register here on remote play. Okay. Do you have it back plugged? I mean, theoretically, remote play says you have it plugged back in, but I don't know, you ran out of battery or something like that. Let's see. Is this any better now? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, I didn't even... What? How did that even happen? I was not even touching any of my controls. Or did you... Okay, you are back. That's what happened. I was looking away. Like, how did Tizo explode when I wasn't even looking at the screen and I wasn't pressing any buttons? You're back. That's why. Okay. All right. Well, that's promising, I suppose. Oh, that was the one, and I was not aiming it properly. Oh, darn it. Okay, hold on. See if we can recreate that magic. Not quite. Not quite. Hold on. Try again. Oh, not quite. That was interesting. Okay, so maybe it was just a controller issue all along, and for whatever reason, just with a little bit of fine-tuning, we can now make it work. Oh, don't make me use this puddle instead. This puddle is significantly less dramatic. I like that puddle way less.
An interesting exchange.
Nice.
Poor exile.
No, not quite. Little lackluster. Little lackluster, if I do say so myself. I was a little disappointed by that. Okay, hold on. Build up some speed. Build up some speed. Some momentum. No, no, hold on. No, nope, that won't do. That won't do. That simply will not do. It's just getting my timing all wrong here. My timing is all wrong. That was a little bit better timing-wise. But still not quite it. At least not quite the boat magic we were looking for. That's a little more like it. Yeah, I don't really think this qualifies as Orlek cheese. Is it the same team? Yeah, but am I just brazen, or am I Celestial Spike? I don't even have Celestial Spike on Orlek. I'm not just banishing everyone with throws all over the place and getting rid of the entire opposing team so that I can walk it in with Orlek. Didn't take prayer beads on him either, so he's just gone now. It's pretty different. Oh, it was short. Controller disconnect again? Question mark? Possibly? Perhaps? And you're running into the wall. Headwind technically is moving. Just straight into this wall here. Yep, you disconnected. Okay. That would at least explain that. Theoretically, that may be easier to resolve, though, because I can just re-invite you. Should have resent you the invite there. Hopefully we can just get you back in. Okay. Let's see. Is this any better? There we go. Okay, nice. What if we just... Oh, okay, hold on. We might be onto something here. We might be onto something here.
Au revoir now, Sir Deluge.
We might be onto something here. No, I got it wrong. Hold on, I got it wrong that time. Not quite. Not quite. Oh. Darn it. Ooh, I didn't want that. I just wanted to banish you, to be honest. I don't really want this orb right now. He says as he once again accidentally picks. Now I do want the orb, though. Okay, well, then again. No! I must get it! Nice. Oh, seize chance and everything. Okay, hold on. We have a new kind of boat magic here. We have a new kind of boat magic. Ah, hold on, that wasn't it. I'm totally not about to do it again. I'm definitely not about to do it again. You definitely should not be concerned about... I'm totally gonna do it again. I messed up. Come on, Tizo! Yes! Granted, the camera angle didn't really help me out there, but... I think we might have a new kind of boat magic. Now I want Tizo back. Now I just want Tizo.
A blow against the adversary's pyre. Good.
Alright, Tizo, where are you? Actually, I'm gonna keep Orlek here. Nope, not quite. Not quite. Get the stamina back. Wait. Oh, look at where he was going, though. That one was going to be good. That one was going to be good.
Banishment for all.
Okay, hold on. Come on, Tizo. Come on, Tizo. I believe in you. I believe in you, Tizo. Oh, no. Not quite. Tizo magic. No.
Now then.
That was close. There may or may not be a wall forming to block Tizo. That may or may not be a thing that is happening, except there's an opening!
And it is done.
GG!
The pyre heart prevails. Perhaps they do deserve their freedom after all. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright, so it looks like, you know, we might run into some occasional connection or controller issues, but it seems like it's at least possible to get Roars in here for a little bit, so that's encouraging. I think that's an encouraging sign. Discovers new tech. Immediately, everyone is wondering, what next? Where do we go from here? Imps versus demons on the boat. You do have a point. That is very interesting, though. I will give you that. You do have a point. Alright, well, I was just temporarily filling in, so if anyone else would like to take my spot, you're welcome to do so. I can stick around, but up to you all. Knights of the Sea? Alright, we can definitely do that. Oh, we should reset our arena, though. Hold on. Knights of the Sea. Let's check the clip. I think the best one, unfortunately, the camera got cut off a bit, or the camera, like, didn't keep up with Tizo. But let's see. What if we just... Oh, okay, hold on. We might be onto something here. Okay, so yeah, that's a good example of how much distance you can cover with it. Obviously, the aiming there wasn't directed toward the pyre, but that's the idea, at least. That is at least the idea. Oh, right, oh, true, we did a Will Describes request before. That is true, that did technically come first. So right now, we do have a bit of a solemn queue. So it's Will Describes, then it's gonna be Night of the Sea. Thanks for the reminder, that is true. That is technically true. Okay. Okay. Anything else other than song, though, that we'd like to do here, as it seems like we can make things work with Roars here.
I could join.
Is that a Saris sighting that or Saris hearing?
Yep, that would be me.
All right, let's do it then. I will.
I thought that if I would introduce my friend Eno Shade, I may as well actually participate.
All right, sounds good. In that case, why don't I hop out? You can take my spot, and let me send you an invite. Let's see. Are you on Steam right now?
Yes, it's Apaguchi on Steam.
I was gonna say. Wait, do I see you though?
I mean, I added you on Steam. I sent you the friend thing.
A while ago, like years ago, it should have been at this point, but. Just say you're offline right now? Why are you not showing up at all on Steam right now? Weird. Why are you
There, I
not?
sent you another invite. How's that?
Let's see. On Steam, friend request?
Yes,
Okay, let me see.
that's
That
what
is
I meant. Sorry.
weird. It's weird, because we totally have been Steam friends for a very long time now. What the heck? Yeah, no. I mean, I
Might
got
have,
your friend request, but we absolutely were Steam friends before. So I don't know what
might have
happened.
been. I recently got rid of a lot of people that I had no idea who they were, and you might have accidentally been included in that list.
Okay, I will try not to take
Wasn't
personal offense to that statement, but
wasn't
understood.
intentional.
All right, well, in that case, now I should be able to get Saracen. Now I should be able to get you. Let's see. Now, oh, maybe boot Steam Friends back up. I don't know how much Steam Friends really updates if you just accepted a friend request from someone. Is it still going to refuse to acknowledge your existence? Okay, I see you. It says you're offline, which may or may not be an issue.
It's bizarre.
Hopefully that still works fine. Hoping to get Saris back in, and Saris, when's the... I know it's been a while, but I thought you had stopped by not that long ago. I can't... Maybe it was just in chat. I don't remember if we actually got you in for a game or two.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm good at lurking, but I mean, you don't need to do anything past that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Did that that invite go through?
Yes. Unread chat message. Play game. Alright, so let's see if I can recall how to do this. I haven't warmed up at all.
No worries. Are you a controller person or a keyboard mouse person?
I'm keyboard mouse.
Okay. Alright then. Let me just make sure that you have controls. Now you do. Okay. So then this should work with Roars now player 1 still, and we can have Saris player 2. Saris, what team would you like to be?
You even know me?
It has been a while, but I think I can recall you
How
were a
offensive.
Dissidents. It's, you know what? There was a time when Dissidents was among the most popular teams, but nowadays, dare I say, it is one of, if not the least popular team.
You fools have lost your way. The Dissidents has always been the greatest.
Okay, so looks like... Oh, and do you want to check controls real quick, Saris, or are you pretty good to go?
I'm good. I can make
do.
as we go along.
Okay, so let's see. We have songs. I think that's it for this one, and maybe that's for the best. Keep it simple for this. So let's jump back in. So in that case, if you were just lurking before, Saris, it's probably been 2 years thereabouts, I would think. Or maybe I'm getting the years mixed up, but it's something like that, I think.
Welcome.
Who knows? I certainly don't.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So no requests affecting your team composition here. You can take whatever you'd like. This is true. Saris predates me in the RITE Club.
Oh, the Star Splinter Savage. I was actually going to do that myself.
A prehistoric age. And remember, you can take 4 if you want.
If I recall correctly, Failure was actually mentioned that I was the guy that first came up with the stupid horror-like shenanigans.
That's... I mean, as I said, it predates me, so I can't say definitively, but I believe I've heard that as well. Alright, so both players leading off with Savages here. OG Orlek comp was prayer beads. I mean, prayer beads on Orlek, not to say that that's bad. By no means. I mean, for the most part, it feels like it's at least a little bit less common, less popular, maybe slightly less powerful than the speedy throws and Celestial Spike for the banishment.
I'm kind of the opinion that if you're putting prayer beads on Orlek, you might be messing something up because it's a little more difficult to get them into the Pyre. And like you can make it so that you can clear everybody else out more easily and then throw it in anyways.
Yeah.
Like it's redundant if anything else.
Alright, Pamitha is the second selection for Roars.
I forget what the composition for the respawn worm is.
It's mostly just first mastery on both sides, I think, so shouldn't take much to make it work. It's more a question of what you take beyond that.
Ah, yes. There we go. That's pretty good. Ah, yes. And then it was this. Yes. There we go.
Yeah, the exploding worm. Don't forget your stuff.
It'd certainly be a flex to participate without any masteries or talisman.
I mean, every once in a while we've had requests for that, but I don't know if we've ever voluntarily had someone do it of their own accord. Excuse me.
Do people do Titan stars ever?
That's also become increasingly rare. I mean, back when we first made that a possible request, it happened probably at least once a day, and now it feels like it's certainly less than once a month. Alright. Saris's final choice here.
There's a specific way that I use this lady. Can't really recall though. I don't want to be derivative by using prayer beads on my own, so.
Up to you. Ultimately settles on the extra presence. Alright, so here we are. Roars in still, and first real series of matches for Roars, so that's of course good to have things working on their end. And then, as we were saying before, Sarah's first time back in what might be multiple years, at least back in the matches directly. So good to have you both in today, and here is Saris throwing it in for 20. Still trying to figure out what the stars do in the campaign, let alone against actual other players. Ooh, nice quick throw there. Saris coming in with Tamitha, though she goes down. Gertrude, she's cornered. Stowaway. And able to hit the mark here. Though just 10 points of damage. Maybe that we saw Vorse take the Stubborn Flame, which means if Saris is in the lead, his damage, yes, is reduced by 10. So that will slow Saris down in this case. But here he comes again with a stowaway. That time just barely sneaking the throw past the defenders for another 10. Gertrude. Now Pamitha with some space here, and she's quick enough to make it in for a 20 damage plunge. Savage versus Savage. Once again, just barely threading the needle there is Saris with the stowaway. And the Savages collide, but it's Saris who comes up with it, and Saris who throws it in.
That minus 10 damage is brutal.
It really can add up. Sarah's plunging in again here. And usually, at 20 points of Pyre life left, Saris would have enough damage to finish this one with 1 score, but with Stubborn Flame, not the case, and therefore, a little more time for Rors to mount a comeback. 20 damage on that plunge, and looking to follow that up here with Pamitha. Oh, but now defenseless. So time for Saris to throw, and now at 10 Pyre life, that does mean with a full damage score, Saris would have enough to finish the job here. Stowaway, banished there. Tamitha blocked. Free orb. But Saris wins it back. Oh, and a near snipe, although Saris able to sidestep and throw it in for the winning score.
The dissidents prevail.
GG.
Their adversaries confidently thwarted.
I think I did like 180 damage there effectively. I recall the crone skills were always like some of the best utilities in the game.
Yeah, they're ones that they're situational, but when they work, they can be extremely effective. Alright, well, we have a song for this one. Now we are on to the Knights of the Sea, I believe. Oh, we have a drifting cursor. Whoa! Is there a hotkey for changing the song? Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have the song all set and ready to go here. Anything else we want to lock in for this one before we get started? Or do we want to just have the players take whatever they'd like? Also, colors-wise, is this fine? I know these two are kind of similar colors. Goal will be the arena. Not gonna lie, I glanced over that at first, and I thought that was go with an exclamation point. And I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, I think that may be it then, in which case we'll just have you guys take whatever you want at the Ridge with Knights of the Sea.
The accusers shall confront the dissidents. Well,
Alright, so your team is up to you here. Whatever you'd like to have.
the rites.
As we were saying, Rors was getting a lot of value from that crone last time. We'll see if Rors chooses to stick with the crone here, although I don't think it was the first selection.
If you have 2 crones, can you actually
I don't
change
think
that number to 0?
No, it does not. Oh my goodness, if it's stacked though, that would be insane.
It's like, I can't lose until I start winning again.
Exactly. Like, deliberately activate it when you have 1 Pyre life left. It's like, you just can't win. You have no way of scoring against me, because you can't deal damage until I'm in the lead. And by the time I'm in the lead, I've already won. Sarah's going for the... Oh!
Rookie.
Built-in prayer beads. With prayer beads.
Hmm?
You know, it was an interesting setup.
I may have made a mistake.
No comment.
How many hours do I have on this game?
It's been a while, as you were saying. It's been a while. No,
I'm an expert player, I promise.
I think may have seen last time that Rors's leading score was a Savage, and so does go for the stowaway here.
Alright, let's see.
So you took that mastery there, Guiding Light, which is functionally
I
the same as Prayer Beads, and then you also took Prayer Beads, is what I
See,
was alluding
focusing
to.
on this so that I could do more damage, but no cigar. Let's see.
Did see a Savage Showdown last time. Don't recall as whether that's exactly the way that Saris made the Savage, though, so this might be slightly different than we saw last go-round.
Star Splinter instead of the Shattered Orb last time.
Force potentially breaking out the big guns here. Pondering in Orlek. Not a bad insurance policy.
I do love taking chances. Rorsch has earned much respect with me.
There's a 60% chance he's coming back instantaneously, and a 40% chance you are just never gonna see him again.
What's not to love? Okay, let's see. Or call.
Alright, it's Webland Thorn Tizo. Last selection for Saris, and here we are once again. Rorsch and Saris. And Saris getting us started with a Kerr jump in. And I do believe we will see Ruki returning twice with his prayer beads plus built-in prayer beads mastery. If only, imagine if that duplicated the number of, just created a clone of the character in the next round. They come back twice. Messenger Imp blocked here, banished, although a dangerous portal for Rorsch now. Here comes Saris, he's cut off. Now the stowaway.
Range.
Just barely, mixing it on the jump. She's gone for this round though. Ruki. Around one defender. Not quite enough there to make it in. Messenger now for Rorsch is blocked. Banishes one defender though. And gets rid of Ruki. Sidesteps the other defender, now an opening for Rorsch. And extra damage on the Imp, so that's 25 rather than the usual 15. Now no Messenger Imp for Rorsch. It's a fight over the orb. And some interesting things playing out there. False step brought back the stowaway. And Saris nearly banished with the throw, but it bounced off the wall instead. Ruki. Picking his angle. And he found it. Stowaway now. Tries to go in, but she's blocked. Banishes one defender, though, but gets banished by the other. Ruki at it again. And can't quite sneak through on that occasion. Messenger Imp trying to do just that, and does. Plunges for 25, and that drops Saris down to 10. So one score now, likely all that Rorsch would need. Saris back on the attack with Ruki. Blocked. And banished. Now Orlek. And the stowaway for Rorsch. Moving into an aggressive position here. And plunging for the win.
Nicely done.
GG.
Connecting to Europe is kind of rough.
The ceremony is complete.
All right. Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
All right, let's reset ourselves. I don't think we had any requests hanging out in the queue, so I think at the moment we're looking at a blank slate, unless there is anything we'd like to see here, so let us know if there is. Otherwise, of course, we can just have them go with whatever they'd like. Also, notes, chat, that is the correct way to spell that word, and by spell I mean specifically capitalize. It's time. It is time. Anything on top of that? Anything on top of that? Also, please spam your barkers in chat. Is that all? Will we see a barker showing here in this upcoming match? That we will have to see. Could be the case. Seems like that's all, though. So let's jump in.
Good evening, exiles. You stand within the Book of Rites itself. You have this opportunity to prove your worth. Let us determine which of you is the superior. Accusers, stand prepared. Dissidents, stand ready. Who shall stand together here this night?
Alright, so only a song request here. Other than that, it is up to you to construct your team however you see fit. We were wondering, given the Thrash Pack, if we might see a Barker on one or perhaps even both sides. Is, of course, Barker the leader, the team captain, if you will, of Ceres's Triumvirate. Although it is Rorse, leading off with a speedy Barker with a built-in prayer beads. But will Ceres follow suit? No, at least not initially, as he leads with Jodariel. And Rorse goes banishing Crone throws while bringing back that stubborn flame. Ceres perhaps considering whether to return the favor. And does, but goes prayer beads for the talisman. And we did, of course, see Ceres take Jody.
Have salutes been used at all?
I'm I'm not sure if we've seen much of any salutes yet today.
Well, like ever.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a few salutes, especially as of late, that have become, dare I say, perhaps even meta.
Interesting, interesting.
Roarse does end up going with Jodariel here, so that means somewhat similar teams between the two of them. And Saris finishes with Ulmer there, so that is a distinguishing feature.
Now begin.
Barker, yes, but oddly enough, on the non-dissidents team. Jodariel. Now Bertrude, over the defender and in. Good for 30. But we did see Saris take the additional starting Pyre life. So still at 105 even after that score. And that is a humongous aura from Jodariel. And clears out some room here after getting rid of the defenders. But Stubborn Flame is active, so rather than the usual 30, it is just 20 damage on that Udmilda plunge. Though Saris did take Prayer Bead, so Udmilda is back. And banishing throws from Ulmer, as Saris demonstrates there.
'Twas but a little splash.
Throws it in for 7. Down goes Jody. Here's Barker. Back to Jody. Barker down. Now Bertrude's turn. Goes for the throw, and it's short.
Too bad for that.
Udmilda sniped. Jody versus Jody. They both try to banish each other, and Jody succeeds. Oh, and Roarse nearly picked up that free orb, and just short, having enough distance on that jump to make it in. But there you see the humongous aura of Saris' Jodariel, making it very difficult for Roarse to stay unbanished.
A nearly negligible effort.
Saris throws in for 10 there, and once again, I believe the Stubborn Flame, yes, is active. So that was his maximum damage in that situation. Once again, that huge Jody aura is playing a big role, controlling the center of the arena. And Saris just enough range on that throw. So whittling away at Roarse's Pyre here.
No mercy
Jody.
shown.
No mercy shown indeed. Gets rid of everyone, but Barker returns and blocks. Gets the orb back, but is out of stamina. Can't escape. Now suddenly Saris with just Ulmer here, but he's on the attack,
Not much of a splash.
and he's able to snipe this one in for 10.
How comical.
Jody. Crone versus Crone. It's Bertrude who wins out. Roarse. Chased down.
Into the adversary's
Oh,
hands.
straight in from Saris. No throw necessary. Does mean, though, that he is now Ulmerless.
How sad for that one there.
Jody on the prowl once again. Although free orb, which gave Roarse some time to pick it up and throw it in. Jody again. This time, she's getting banished by the opposing Jody. Ulmer on the attack.
Barely a mark against
Cuts it slightly short there, 7. And remember, the Stubborn Flame is active, so even though Roarse is down to 26, even Jody does not have enough damage here.
your fellow exiles.
Barker sacrifices himself. Jody has time for the full power throw, but with Stubborn Flame active, 20 was the maximum.
The right is nearly.
But now, after that score, Saris could finish this with any of his characters, and Jody is not quite getting far enough to make it in on that jump. The opposing Jody, however, and Barker, back at work here. Barker retreats and can't pass it back to Jody in time, opening for Saris
It is done.
to plunge in for the win.
The dissidents prevail.
GG.
'Twas as though the scribes themselves stood by their side. The rite is complete.
Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
until the stars align.
GG Part 3. Alright. Well, let's reset ourselves song-wise. I think that was it in terms of things we had locked in there. But let us know if there's anything else we'd like to do for this next one. Is that a Wamelon appearance there that I just saw? Might it be? Sarah's choosing exiles here. Oh no. Okay, so for what it's worth, when it comes to exiles, and it's been a long time since we've had to break out the rule book on this one. For what it's worth, when it comes to talisman, exile, and mastery requests, if you are currently in the game and you want to make a request that affects the game you are in, then you are not allowed to make a request that inherently disadvantages your opponent, because then you could just buy your way to victory every time.
What, saps your disadvantage? Is that what you're
I
saying?
mean, for most. And now Roars comes in.
Yes, let's see what Roars has to say about me doing this. Really return the favor for me. Sap there, man.
Please no, it actually breaks the game. And I'm not exaggerating, it actually does destroy the game.
You can have like up to 4, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I think 2 saps each probably works out.
Okay, so let's see. We had Never to Return with Thrawn version. We can do that. That much we can definitely do. What else can we actually do among these things? Although, do we have a path song request just before that snuck in? Oh, we did. We actually had a Path to Glory just before that. Okay, so we have a song queue now. So it's Path to Glory, then it's going to be Never to Return withdrawn version. Okay. Path to Glory technically comes first. So there's that. There were the whole exile requesty things that we maybe perhaps had to retract. Did we have a Glade of Loot? We did. We had another exile request for the Stowaway specifically, and we did have a request for the tree place with the vines. This is true. For what it's worth, Saris, this has probably changed since you were last here. We have modded this arena such that the vines no longer grow over the course of the match, and it is now an arena that stays completely open for the entirety of the match. So just a heads up.
What's the point? So boring.
It works well if you're looking for just a simple, straightforward match in a small arena. It's pretty wide, but the distance from one pipe to the next.
Master plan here. I wanted to make it take as long as possible because like the saps just block everything out. It would have been great.
It's the clear of Lou now. Exactly.
No kidding.
Exactly.
Well, I guess this is gonna be interesting.
Okay, so where do we stand on the saps then? Because we had both players requesting it. As I'm saying, you can't actually do triple sap against triple sap.
Well, it could be double sap against double sap, and then somebody else requested that we use a savage, so.
It could be double sap each and then throw in the Stowaway. That technically does mash all those requests together, I think. So maybe we go for that then. Maybe that's the solution here. 2 saps and a Stowaway.
The accusers shall take on the
Completely destroyed the identity of this map.
Welcome.
No
Who
vines,
shall
no
conduct
nothing, just empty
the
space.
rites?
How sad.
So yes, 2 saps on each team, plus the stowaway there. Okay, so Rorse chooses to begin with the stowaway. So, there is, by most accounts, an obvious offensive player and 2 obvious defensive players. Not to say that it's impossible to go on the offensive with a sap or the defensive with a savage, although it is less common, certainly.
Casting speed? Where's the casting speed? Range? Does range work on saps?
I actually don't know.
Pretty sure there's a casting speed thing.
There's throwing speed, for sure.
Well, yeah, that's the Star Splinter. You would think casting speed would have a specific token, and that seems like a very
think it does. It does? Which one is it? You also, yeah, accidentally switched characters there for a second. I think it's,
I've never once selected it, so...
Is it that one? Oh, no, that's range. Casting range. The demon...
Oh, whatever.
Oh, the legendary demon one does that. Okay, well, obviously that's not usable for saps then. Ah, yes. I didn't realize I was faster as well. I always just think of it as further. Not a general one, though, that can be applicable to other classes. Okay. So Rorse led offensively with the Savage. Saris led defensively with the Sap. But as I said, that's just the usual thing that you would tend to see with those classes, but remains to be seen how these two actually choose to use those characters in practice.
How do you activate Aura Bursts?
The salute button.
What's the salute button on the keyboard?
Great question. Q? I don't remember. I am a controller person nowadays, so I am not sure. Default is T for salute. Yeah, we can check key bindings as well if we want to double check. Should be the defaults here. So it should be T in that case.
Almost. I forgot this guy's name was Upon. Thorn not copying me?
It's also fitting to put that on a tree, I feel like. Alright, Rorse is all set and ready to go here. Sarah's setting up the final exile. We know this will also be a sap, as we were saying. It is 3 requests rolled into 1. A bunch of saps, and 1 for a savage. Saris goes quarterback Palmas. That very nearly raised an eyebrow. It probably still does. It's okay. It wasn't full fret. It's fine. Sort of. Kind of. Maybe. Okay, so this may be a slower paced match, as we were kind of saying before, with a lot of saps. There's a lot of area that they can lock down with those saplings. And if there's those numbing gusts, that will prevent the opposing team from sprinting, jumping, throwing, or using any other special abilities when everyone is banished on one of the teams.
Good.
So this may be a battle of board control, arena control, if you will. Rorse, no one back defensively, although Sarah slowed down by the numbing gust. Not slowed enough to stop him from getting in, though. Well-placed sapling, locking down the orb. I feel like these two teams facing off against each other, colors are just similar enough that you still need to be careful. Oh, and Saris set a safe zone in the middle of the arena and took that extra throwing distance on, I believe it was Palmas. So doesn't need to get that close until he's already in throwing range, because Saps already have, by default, the longest throw in the game, and Saris is trying to make sure that it's lined up.
I think that's close enough.
Attempt number 2. There it is. Palmas back with it here. Saris perhaps once again trying to set up that safe zone from which to throw the orb.
'Tis taken. Not quite.
But can't throw when everyone is banished on Rorse's side. So waits for someone to return and then leapfrogs over the saplings and in for 20 damage from the stowaway.
More like that and we are finished here.
And now I did not catch how much, if any, rekindling either player took, but of course with 2 saps apiece, they could have as much as 100, if not technically more, if they took the right talisman for that as well. Just another reason, beyond the defensive nature of the saps, why sap showdowns such as this can take a while to resolve. That is not the extra throwing distance sap, but still close enough, enough range for Saris to make that one in. And there we saw confirmation. Second life bar is 20 for Rorse, which means 1 full-powered sap throw would still be enough for Saris here. And it does seem as though that has been the plan.
And it is done.
And there it is.
The dissidents
Well played.
prevailed.
GG.
What a crushing victory it was.
I've always been kind of surprised that nobody uses
The
saps
right
because,
is
like,
done.
they're so oppressive.
They have, it's another one that I think has become more popular as of late, even offensively. It's in part why I hesitated to say that they are just defensive role players. There have been people doing throwing talismans, either range or even the quick throw talisman, which can make them much more dangerous.
I don't even think that they're defensive as much as they're just, like, slower.
Too many saplings.
In the past, using a sap was like, I don't know, it was a joke.
Yeah, right. As Phaelus just saying, no one uses sap. No one uses saps used to be a true statement, or at least no one seriously, competitively used saps, but not really true anymore.
Didn't someone win the recent tournament with one?
The most recent tournament winner is, by most accounts, our designated resident sap expert.
Oh, well, that's a role I have to steal. I can only be one sap user.
Alright then, well, let's reset ourselves for the arena. I think we still had a song here, if I recall correctly. It was Path to Glory, and then... Let me just go back and check what it was. Path... Never to Return Withdrawn. What's the other song that we had queued up here? Anything else that we had in the queue, though? Because we had a lot of back and forth before the previous match.
Plus, Manly is one of the best characters, and he's also a sap.
That is a, that's a statement. That is a statement.
Well, like, everybody else is doing, like, good things, and he's just having fun being an aristocrat.
Manly did nothing wrong.
Well, it's not that he did nothing wrong, it's that he's having fun doing it.
Okay, I think that's it in terms of things we had queued up. So if anyone wants to add something new for us to do here, characters or masteries, arenas, talismans wise, we could still make that happen, but song is set. He's trying to pay us to lose every time.
Exactly.
Look, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of bribery every now and again, right? Surely just a little bit every once in a while is fine. Alright, but looks like the song will be all we have locked in for this. Oh, hold on. The one that looks like a football field. This one. This must be what you're referring to.
What, did you mod the imps to not move for this map?
No, don't worry. We modded them to carry the orb.
The accusers.
Okay, well...
The dissidents.
Why can they carry the orb? How do you get it back from them?
Who shall conduct the rites?
Okay, so no requests affecting your composition here. That much is totally up to you. We did, of course, see a stowaway request last time round, but this time, it's a voluntary stowaway from Rorse. Oh, and similarly, we had a request for saps last time. No such request for this one. But that won't stop Saris. Manly is back.
I forget, do harp charges break through sap shields?
They can. The saplings.
Counterplay options. The sapling?
Yeah, the sapling they can.
What about the sap itself?
If you're shielded, no. The sap is still safe. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Giving me a lot of faulty info here, buddy.
You can destroy the saplings for sure. I'm fairly certain if you shield the sap, you're still fine.
Let's see. Savages are just so much more fun than nomads.
They are kind of just nomads with more aggressive skills.
Tay.
Oh, okay, yeah, and presence buffs do not affect saplings. In Web Lanthorn, if it banishes someone, or if a sapling banishes someone, and that sapling is from a sap who has Web Lanthorn, it still does not bring a teammate back. Oh, careful. There you go. Lots of thorned knots today. Not a talisman we tend to see all that often, but both players taking it regularly. And it is a Web Lanthorn Gilman, the last spot for Ceres. Now here we are at the Isle of Kalamer. Ceres on the orb here with Gilman, but he's stopped. Stowaway, out of stamina, gets it back, avoids the trap, loops back around, jumps in, scoring for 20. She had prayer beads, she has now returned. Imps blocking the orb for a second there, but Ceres has gotten it nonetheless. And gone straight in with Gilman. I believe Gilman has prayer beads as well. So now he returns. Stowaway for Roars. Over one defender, but into another. Stowaway for Ceres now. Has those banishing throws and looking for creative ways to put that to use here. Horse, though, with Bertrude. Almost outruns the Stowaway. Then gets rid of her with Pamitha, and now it's Pamitha in control here. She's blocked, though. Now banished.
The orb is taken.
Gilman. Not quite enough on that jump to make it all the way in. Bertrude, oh, stopped last second by that sapling.
Manly banished.
Now Pamitha. She's cornered. Gilman now to Manly. And back to Gilman.
Hats out for Manly.
But he's stopped. Pamitha, oh, she's quick. And she's in for 20.
Alas for Tay.
Now just Bertrude back defensively for Roars. Perhaps a little more space for Ceres to make it through here. Ceres locking down the orb.
The orb is up.
Gilman over the defender. And in for 15.
Have the accusers underestimated you?
Stowaway. Of course, being careful around that sapling. Oh, but Ceres just short on the throw. Roar's back in possession. Can't quite avoid the pursuing Manly.
Yes.
Stowaway this time for Ceres. Speeds around and threads the needle on this throw. Good for 10. Sapling placed down just in time to stop Roars.
The orb.
Oh, and somehow Gilman avoided the first defender, but got banished by the second. Horse now with Pamitha. Stamina running low. Oh, and not enough time to get enough power on the throw. So it's short. And Ceres is coming back here. Now with Gilman. A series of banishments. Now Roar suddenly defenseless. Ceres, opportunity if he's quick. Not enough range on the throw. Not even from Manly. Bertrude sneaking through. Oh, but ran out of stamina. Enough to get the throw off, though. And Eno Shade, thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Doing some multiplayer Pyre.
Adversary's flame.
Bertrude, does she have that range? No. Manly. Does he have that range? Not quite. Hamatha. Gets rid of the defender. Hamatha one side, Stowaway the other. Stowaway. Can't quite make it through there. Got crowded out. Vanishing throws from Saris' Stowaway, though. And yet Rourse recovers. Not quite enough distance on that jump to make it over the sapling. Hamatha against the Stowaway. Stowaway banishes Hamatha with the throw, although the opposing Stowaway takes her out. Opportunity for Manly, perhaps. Not enough on the throw, though. Bertrude. Now to the Stowaway for Rourse. For Rourse, not enough on the jump from the Stowaway. Defensive showdown here in this round. As both players continually thwarting the opposing attack until eventually Saris breaks through, though with Stubborn Flame active. That means just 5 damage on that Gilman plunge. He did have prayer beats, so he is now back. So Saris still at full strength. Rourse trying to find a way through when Saris has locked down the orb like that. But to no avail. As Manly throws in for 15. And normally 25 damage would mean a full damage sap throw would be enough, but with Stubborn Flame active, Saris would still need 2 scores here. Potentially more if we're talking just a 5 damage increment from that Gilman plunge.
Just once more. There.
Saris moving in. Laying siege to Rourse's Pyre. Although off target with the throw. Had the range. Hamatha. Blocked and banished. Saris trying to snipe the Stowaway with the Stowaway. She's taken out, though. Oh, opening here for Gilman. Hops over the defender. Stubborn Flame still active, but now with 15 Pyre Life means that a full damage Manly score would still be sufficient. So it is theoretically possible now for Saris to win this with just 1 score.
One triumvirate stands unopposed.
And this is who it would take, Manly. So does Saris try to force the issue with Manly, or will he settle if there's a better opportunity with someone else? But meanwhile, Rourse is not going down without a fight. As that 30 damage plunge now means Rourse can also win this with 1 score. So we may have ourselves a sudden death match, unless, of course, Saris does have some rekindling on Manly, which may very well be the case. Manly taken out, though. Hamatha still has stamina, although she is blocked and banished. Stowaway versus Stowaway. Gilman. Trying to speed past. And does. Plunges for 5. Now that means not only Manly, but also the Stowaway would have enough damage for Saris. Same could not be said for Gilman. Stowaway. Here she is. Banishes with the throw. But Rourse has it back. Rourse, oh, and that could have been a winning score right there.
The orb is taken.
Saris moving in with Manly. The Imp's pushing back that sapling slightly. But the throw lands. And Saris seals the deal.
Come on. That
GG.
was scary. That was a little bit scary.
Well played, you two. That was great. All right. Very nice. Yeah, Nino Shade. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, we're swapping people in and out as people are looking to take a break and other people are ready to hop in and what have you. So yes, harps can kill the saplings with their cast, but it has to be aimed directly at the middle of the sapling. if it's doesn't hit that little icon, the little, well, sapling itself in the middle, then the harps will still end up somewhere in the middle of the sapling or and get banished at the end of their cast. But if you land right on the sapling, you can actually remove them with a harp cast. Alright. Anything else we'd like to see between these two? I think, once again, we have done everything that is in the queue. So we do not have anything left over here. Unless there is something we'd like to make happen for this one. Otherwise, we can just have them take whatever. Oh, hold on. The Herald. I stand by. I think that is still the least requested song. Besides, maybe there might be a specific Never to Return that for some reason always slips through the cracks. And Customize off. Ooh. So that means randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans for both players. Not only that, we won't even get to see what those setups are going to be in advance. You're just going to get thrown straight into the match, and you'll have to figure those things out on the fly.
Well, that is certainly one of the things ever.
It is certainly chaotic. All
so
right.
Is it like even mirrored, or can one player just like get completely screwed over?
You may get great or terrible luck. They will not be the same teams on either side, so you're gonna have to adapt to whatever you end up getting.
Interesting.
All right. And that covers just about everything in that case. I saw that. I saw that.
Didn't see it the first time.
The sea, I did notice after the fact, of course, that you snuck one in earlier. Okay, and on the boat as well for additional chaos. Perfect.
Who requested the boat?
Well,
that's my job.
The accusers.
all right, so we'll get thrown straight in here. For Rorse, it is a harp, a nomad, and I didn't catch what the last one was. It might have been it's a savage. For Saris, it's a cur, a savage, and a worm. Everything else is to be determined, masteries and talisman-wise, so we'll see if the players can figure things out and find a way to make do with whatever these random setups might be. And it's Rorse getting us started, plunging for 20 with Snadra. No prayer beads on her, so she is now gone for this round. Let's see, Barker plunges for 20 for Saris, which means he at least has the first mastery on the right side. Oh, and he has built-in prayer beads, either that or prayer beads itself, because Barker has returned. And Titan Tooth for Lady River on Saris' side is stunning anyone that she jumps into. And she's able to throw it in for 15 here.
A show of strength from the accusers.
Barker, oh, shoulder smashed from Snadra. So he gets deleted, but Rorse gets stunned. Looks like that must be the Seize Chance icon effect on Lady River as well, so if Saris can score quickly after getting a banishment with Lady River, may have some extra damage. There's the Titan Tooth once again. Big factor here on the boat in particular, because it will stun when people jump over the puddles as well. And it's Saris once again, this time with Barker. But once again, he does come back.
A deathly thwarted drive.
Free orb. Saris claims it,
Oh,
but he's blocked. Rorse with it back. And to Snadra. Snadra hops in
demonstrates her worth.
and plunges for 20. Saris first the orb with Barker, but he's blocked. Saxiana, stunned. There's the Seize Chance, but it's Gareth, now in possession. His throw is intercepted, although he banishes one defender. And a race to the orb. Oh, Luminous Idol. Confirmation on the Stowaways talisman, I believe, there for Saris. And we may have just seen a Black Heart on Gareth, I think that was. Soxiana plunging for 20. Keeping this one close. Saris, oh, speaking of close. Inches away that time. Gareth over one defender. And in. Plunging for 20. And of course, with Customize off, there's always a chance someone has RITE, like the 20 Rekindling Talisman. So you never know definitively, unless you've confirmed every single talisman, as to whether someone will have an unexpected source of rekindling. But barring that, one score, perhaps all that Roars would need here. Here comes Soxiana. Chased away, though. Snadra banishes one. Now two. Race to the Pyre, and Saris wins that race. And now, technically, Saris does have enough damage from a Seize Chance. Lady River is actually his highest damage exile. So he can finish this with one score, but on that condition. I don't think anyone else would have that damage. Oh, and Barker goes flying. And room here for Snadra. No rekindling, so that plunge will seal the deal.
Alright, nicely done.
GG.
Fire nearly was extinguished there, but no. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two.
Until the next rite.
We'll head on back, and I think I just heard someone disconnect. So one of you wanna head out, or was that accidental? Double check who that was. Maybe I'm imagining things here, but let's see. Looks like it was Saris. Saris, did you mean to head out? Or should I get you back in? No worries if you would like to call it a night. If so, then we may be looking to get someone else here to take your spot. At the very least, let's reset ourselves. There we are, and customize back on. Okay, and Roars also needs to head out soon as well. Okay, gotcha. So in that case, we may be looking to get a couple of people in, if not immediately, then at very least soon. So Saris, if we could just get confirmation as to whether you are looking to head out permanently or if that was just a little drop of some variety. As I say, no worries if you do want to head out now, but I think that means we may be looking for one here. And it might be a good time in that case to get Enoshade in here. It might be just that time. Sent a friend request? Perfect. Let me go accept it. Let me track that down. There you are. Nice. Okay. Very good. Okay. So it sounds like in that case we'll get... Oh, Enoshade. Do you prefer controller or mouse keyboard? Actually, shouldn't matter in this specific matchup, but... Just so I am aware and make sure we have it set up. Mouse keyboard? Okay, gotcha. Let's see. So... Here you are. Invite should be on its way. And it sounded like Roars was saying they're gonna look to swap out after this one as well, so heads up if there is anyone else in chat who wants to get in soon. I think we may be looking to get someone in here after this match right here. So prepare yourself accordingly in that case. But we should have now Shade here as well. So we'll go, at least for one match, we should have Rorse against Shade. Let me set you up here, Shade. Shade, do you have a team of choice? Do you have a preference for triumvirates? Preferences there? Hold on, let me get chat back up. No preference? Okay, well, I mean, if you have no preference, then I'm going to put you on what is objectively the best team. Obviously. Obviously, I'm going to put you on what is objectively the best team in that case. Okay. Great. Should we double check controls? They should be on the defaults here, Shade, but just to make sure. Oh, and also let me make sure that you actually have... You have controls with remote play, because you didn't, but now you do. Okay, does that look right to you, or do you use a different setup for controls? Use defaults? Perfect. Okay, should be defaults here then. Alright, so in that case, this will be the first RITE NITE match for Shade. So, welcome to the RITE Club, good to have you. Let us know if there are any requests we have in mind for this one, otherwise we'll just have them both take whatever they'd like here. And I believe we do not have anything in the queue anyway, so it's not as if we have... Oh, we're gonna make this one dramatic, aren't we? Taylor's putting us at the Fall of Solium. Okay. Alright then. Fall it shall be. And let's get started. So up to you two to pick whatever you'd like for your teams. As I was saying, we may be looking to get someone in for Rorse after this one. Rorse needs to head out soon. But we'll have at least one opportunity here for Rorse against Shade.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
A bold strategy? Question mark? Was that a mistake? Shade goes for the Jody lead. Rorse, if you meant to take stuff on your headwind there, no worries. We can reset this real quick if you'd like. Oh, and you may have just disconnected. Hold on. Somebody did. It was, in fact, Rorse. Game crashed? Okay. Okay, let me get you back in then. Let me get you back in. Hold on. Okay. Invite resent. So yeah, you did have... So I can get you back in directly where you... Oh, uh-oh. Shade just crashed as well? Shade did, in fact, also just crash? Well, that's not great. I can get you back in as well. Although that does raise some concerns. Oh, you have to head out. Gotcha. You do have to head out now? Alright, well, no worries then, Rorse. Good to get you in. And, as we were saying, it was, unfortunate last time we ran into those difficulties, but seems like this time around, had to work out a few things, but seems like we eventually got things to work just fine, and in that case, great to have you in.
Well...
And Shade just accidentally left. Okay. Trying to close other instance. Ah, I see. Gotcha. Okay, so I actually think in that case, though, it seems like we can keep Shade in, but as I was saying, Rorse needs to head out, so we actually do need someone to jump in and take Rorse's spot. In fact, it may be best, since Rorse is already locked in character here. We can keep the fall. We can certainly keep the fall, but it might be best if we get someone else in here and start a new match at the fall, and we'll just have it so whoever is jumping in to take Rorse's place can start from scratch and take whatever exile they want in that first spot. So do we have anyone? Phaler. Perfect. Let's get Phaler in then. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to cancel the invite for Roars, because Roars, you were saying you need to head out, but thanks for stopping by. And Failer. Let's see. At the moment, Steam says you're not yet online, but this has happened before. Hold on. Hold on. That is subject to change. Any moment now. Any moment now. Failer's name will show up. Maybe. Possibly. Perhaps. Perhaps. Or Steam will say he's still offline for reasons. Die! Try. Oh, wait, what? I was trying to do it before the reason why I was doing all that buildup was because I wanted to do it before Failer tried to request to view the broadcast. But then it said that he couldn't view the broadcast, which is weird. But alas. Should have the invite coming your way, Failer. There we go. Okay, let me set you up, Failer. And since you're on controller, we should be able to say pretty definitively that we will have you on player 1 here. Okay, so no accusers for you. I'm assuming we're back to the Fate. Okay. And whenever you're ready, Failer, I think we should be good to go here. So still on the fall, as we were saying, that was Failer who made that request. But otherwise, it is up to you two to take whatever you'd like here.
The Fate shall now face the Pyre Hearts. Welcome.
All right.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So Failer's first match of the day. We'll see what he chooses to go with here. For him, it will be Prayer Beads Dalbert in the leadoff spot. And Eno Shade goes Stubborn Flame, Prayer Beads on Bertrude. Failer. Exile Numero Dos goes Webbed Lanthorn on Raji, so that's Fate member number 2.
Sir
And now Shade goes plunging damage on Gilman. And Phaler, when you saw Fate members number 1 and 2, it made you wonder if that meant he was going all in on the Fate, and he does. Almer, his final selection there. Shade's final choice here goes for the extra aura size out of Milda, so that's double chrome. And here we are with our first right, not only of the day, but ever in the RITE Club for Shade. So welcome to the RITE Club. Happy to have you. Phaler gets us started quickly here with a Cur Plunge from Dalbert. He's coming back, but he is quickly banished by Shade. Gilman speeds forward. His throw is short. Here's Phaler, moving in, and just barely makes it in there, plunging for 10 as Stubborn Flame active for Shade, reducing Phaler's damage by 10. Phaler trying to hop around the defense, and does, but has to cut his throw short, so it's just 3 damage there on the throw from Dalbert. Dalbert back at it. Shade saw the loop around coming, but Phaler still had enough legs in those springing curve drive to make his way through there. And suddenly, Almer, with no one back to stop him, so an uncontested 10 damage throw here. Dalbert, quick, and makes it through. And false step on Almer, so he actually comes back after getting banished when he jumped into the defender, landing in the aura and getting himself banished. Gilman returns, temporary infinite stamina. He is quick, makes it around the defense, and in, and there's that Curfang activating there. So extra damage on that plunge. It means now no Gilman in this round for Shade. And big banishment there from Dalbert, setting up this plunge. Now Shade back at full strength. And Dalbert seemingly jumps straight over the Pyre. Surprised that did not count as a plunge. Loops around. Can't quite make the way in until second attempt there. And with that Stubborn Flame, it is still not possible for Phaler to win with 1 score, but now after that, it now is. So can Dalbert finish it here? He can.
The fate prevail.
GG.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly. The RITE is complete.
Well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Alright, let's reset ourselves here, but otherwise let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to do for the next one. And yeah, that was Shade's first RITE. First RITE with us on a RITE night, so welcome to the RITE Club, good to have you. Thanks for stopping by. I must ask, who is your favorite exile? Whether it be from a gameplay standpoint or from a more just their character standpoint, what would you say? Okay, there goes Almer for both questions. Blood Princess is choosing exiles here. Curious what Shade thinks. Exile of choice. Least played exiles, said Blood Princess. Your least played exiles is who you are supposed to use here. That could prove tricky. Could prove tricky. Anything else on top of that? Or will that be all? I mean, least played does not necessarily mean worst per se. Just for whatever reason, sometimes people just choose not to. Let's see. Pamitha gameplay-wise, but stowaway in character. Okay, okay. And obviously Gareth for style, but that goes without saying. All right, let's jump in. Shade's like, what? What'd you say?
The fate shall confront.
Oh, well. Thaler may have picked the wrong match to go full Fate team because he's in the Fate arena. Then again, there is a request to take your least taken exiles, the ones you play the least often. And that definitely would not be the Fate for Thaler. No, he's going Nutritionistic Volfred. Whichever characters it seems like you play the least. Now, Shade, for what it's worth, in case you did not notice, over here in this bottom right corner, this is me moving the cursor, don't panic. We have modded characters here that you may or may not have seen before. So they are functionally the same as the other characters of the same class. It's just a way to more easily get triple demon or triple savage, triple imp, what have you. But if you are wondering what the deal is over there, yes, there are characters there, and there are some behind that Fate sign as well. But if you go left, right on the arrow keys, that might be an easier way to get the characters there. There you go, that's the one that's most hidden.
Choose.
Tizo as a character, says Blood Princess, but gameplay-wise, hard with Tizo. Tizo definitely, the imps in general, definitely takes some getting used to. So yeah, these characters here, functionally the same as the ones from the same class, so nothing different from Pamitha in this case. So shouldn't be any surprises there. It's just a way that, say, if you wanted to do triple harp, that would not have otherwise been possible before. But now, with these mods, you can. Okay, so it is a speedy Zoxiana there. Oh, see, and there you go. That's a good example, Blood Princess, where it might be your favorite character, but you take him the least. Just because you don't play them very often does not necessarily mean you don't like them. Maybe you just aren't as accustomed to their playstyle. Something like that. Thaler goes Power Casting Lendl. And Shade was saying Pamitha, one of, if not the favorite character, but Tamitha, on the other hand, now that's a different story. Goes for the throw damage with her. Thaler sifting through the characters is that much more dramatic when his cursor is slowly drifting up like that. And for him, he is saying Viz Paleth, the modded demon, is his other least played character. And for Eno Shade, looks like the answer may be Manly. Another one of those classes, the Saps, that certainly takes some getting used to. So there are absolutely players who just never start trying them out all that much and never feel the desire or need to do so. So it definitely takes something to break through the ice a little bit and figure out how best to play them. Goes to the Mottled Flask on him. Alright, so here we are. A match with players taking the characters that they choose least often. And so perhaps for that reason, might take a little getting used to here, as this may be stretching a little bit out of their comfort zones for both players. But it's Phaler making it through here, plunging for 30 with Vizpaleth. No prayer beads on Vizpaleth, so now she is gone for this round. And they're going with that nutrition stick on Volfred. So he has the extra blink distance, although goes the throwing route there on the score, and it's just a quick little 4 damage one. You know, Shade locks down the orb with the sapling. Comes in with Tamitha. Tamitha gets rid of several defenders there, and then flies in. But Phaler took the extra starting Pyre life from Vizpaleth, so still over 100 here. And looking to walk this one in, and does, with the extra mobility from Nutrition Stick Volfred. As Phaler winning out the duel there with Lendl. Hops over the defender and in. Well timed there. Volfred eyeing the blink. Oh, but stops just shy of the plunge. Here comes Vizpaleth. But there's rekindling for Eno Shade. So 10 Pyre life on the second life bar. Phaler back in possession. And blinks straight in for the win.
The fate prevailed.
GG.
They vastly outperformed their adversaries. The ceremony is complete.
All right, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
All right, and let us know if there's anything that we'd like to set up for the next one. Do you need to head out, Eno Shade? If so, if you press quit, you're gonna quit for Pyre on my computer as well. So I would just boot you out of remote play if you need to head out. Oh, no worries. No worries. Okay. In for one more game. Like this would be your last one? Or one more after this? 2 more total. Last one? Okay. Do we have anyone else in chat who would be looking to jump in here afterward? Otherwise, this may not be a bad time for us to turn this into a liberation rite. That might not be a bad idea. Unless there's someone else who really wants to get in today who's not yet gotten the chance to do so, but I'm thinking we may just make this our last match of the night and call it a liberation rite. And that'd be a nice way to wrap things up in style. Get one of our new players in on a liberation rite. That feels like that's a good way to conclude. And not seeing anyone else saying they want to get in here, so why don't we go that route then? Okay, so in that case, we will not take requests for this one. We'll just have both players, they take their preferred teams. This will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rite, so we'll go follow Solium. We'll turn the sermon intro on, and we will go Never to Return version of Player 2, namely the Pyre Hearts. Alright then, so if you two are ready, we will proceed with our liberation rite. Let's jump in.
Hark, exiles. You are gathered at the fall of Solium. Here you may step closer to achieving freedom. Know that the scribes themselves are watching. The fate, stand prepared. Pyre hearts, stand prepared. Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, so as we were just saying, this one will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rite, so no requests. Both players taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style. Phaler leads with a quick throwing Tizo. I mean, all the Never to Returns are fantastic, aren't they? Everyone probably has their own personal favorites, though. I think, for me, it might be the Withdrawn version. Withdrawn version is really good. Shade goes for a ring on Jody in the first spot. And Phaler webbed Lanthorn on Raji in the second spot. So that's double imp for Phaler. Shade also going imp here with a speedy Tizo. And when you saw the two imps, you had to ask yourself, would there be a third? And the answer to that is, of course, why not? So Phaler triple imp. Oh, heads up, you accidentally switched your exile there. The Web Lanthorn Birchtrude, final selection for Shade, and here we are, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. Phaler on the left representing the Fate, Shade on the right representing the Pyre Hearts. Best of luck to you both. And there it is.
The fate have proved their worth.
GG.
Their adversaries they defeated utterly.
Well played, you two.
Thus ends the Liberation Rite.
And as we were saying, that was our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rite today, including several new people. Always a pleasure to get some new people in on the action. And thank you everybody who gave us the request today in chat as well. I will hop out of Discord now, but I will catch you guys next week. Adios. Alright, not quite done with you yet, chat. Also, let me just get Shade out of here for you from Steam Remote Play. Alright, but that was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre stuff like this, then the best way to do so is by joining the RITE Club Discord server where we're coordinating all this type of stuff. And you can do that by clicking on... I feel like I spelled that wrong. No, that should be right. That link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights, and my streaming schedule is Fridays is Mass Effect Andromeda, the campaign. Saturdays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Sundays, Pyre Rite Night. Then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well. Also doing some Gwent videos, the Witcher-themed card game, as well as some Thronebreaker, the Gwent campaign. Then, if you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get notification for when I go live. You'll also follow me on Twitter, @LidsVids. I post there when I'm live as well, but actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is by joining my own Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.